Hi, I'm Tim Bartz, Internet Sales Manager here at McArthur Ford in Salina, Kansas, your source for Ford news, update, and information, including your Maverick information on a Monday. I even donned on my Maverick hat just for you guys, and we're going to cover some of the scheduling information for this week. A lot of orders got scheduled last week. I think we used almost all of our allocations last week for Maverick retail orders. And then we're going to get into some of the news that I have that I think you guys might like to hear. And then we'll get into, in this video, as you can tell from the title, we're going to talk about some optional equipment and some of the dealer installed options and which of these are dealer installed options, so you kind of have an idea and tell you some information about whether or not you should add those dealer installed options to your order. So all right, let's jump in first. And make sure you're subscribed, bell notification turned on. If you're new to these Maverick Monday video series, then you want to stay updated on all things Maverick. Make sure you're doing that. So we'll jump in first, talk about some of the scheduling for this week. And again, last week was the first week of fresh allocations to be used for those April build dates. And so a lot of last week was the main scheduling for retail orders. So if you have a retail order, it should have gotten scheduled last week. If your dealer didn't get your retail order scheduled last week, more than likely they didn't have allocations for this month, and it's not going to get any different in the next couple weeks. And so you're going to see some things in here that's going to show you that saying there's some constraints, and it's only because they already scheduled last week the bulk of those. So again, I've kind of explained it's pretty much in a sense they're trying to schedule out as much of their month each week as they can. Right. So that first week, which was last week, if their production is 10,000 units, they want to try to schedule every bit of those 10,000 as they can in the first week based on their capacity, that their planned capacity, which for this month was 51% hybrid. That means 49% EcoBoost, right? So they know, different, depending on what you're looking for, different capacity they plan. They have a capacity for XLT, for XL, for Lariat trim, for Lobo. They know what their capacity is for each one of those, and they want to schedule out the most that they can, especially for the retail orders. So if you have that retail order placed, hopefully you got scheduled last week. And if you didn't, you need to have the conversation with your dealer, because more than likely they don't have an allocation, and that's why you didn't get scheduled, unless there's something on your order, which we're going to talk about dealer installed options later in the video. And that might be a clue too. If you have too many DIOs, that can actually affect whether or not you get scheduled as well. So let's talk about scheduling for this week. But I wanted to preface that because people are going to look at this and go, oh, there's a major problem with this. Not really, because they scheduled most of it out. So hopefully that makes sense. This week they are scheduling just like last week. This is main commitment, which basically means that they scheduled as many retails as they could last week. For dealers that still have allocations left after scheduling the retail orders, then they'll schedule their stock orders as well. So for us, for instance, we have, actually I have it here if I can get my mouse to work with me. There we go. For Maverick, we have 6 available allocations. We didn't have any retail orders going into that. So we have 6 available. So this week, unless we have a retail order that somebody orders this week, we'll get scheduled 6 stock orders will get scheduled. And some other dealers may be in that same situation where, they have allocations, they don't have any retail orders, they're going to get stocks. So there are going to be some dealers that have retail orders, but no allocations. So then those retail orders sit in there. So have that conversation with your dealer. Now, very limited to exhausted availability for the advanced all-wheel drive. That's the all-wheel drive system that you see in the Lobo, and you also see in the Tremor. Just something just to point out there. All-wheel drive is also very limited to exhausted availability, because probably a lot of those got scheduled out already. And then also very limited exhausted for the standard tire that's on the XL and XLT. That's that's tire option T7Q. Look at your order. It's 225 65 R17 102H all season black sidewall tire. Also, option 59D, the black edition hood decal. That's included on the black appearance package. That's also very limited exhausted, and the Tremor version. So Tremor is all-wheel drive, advanced all-wheel drive. So that's it goes hand in hand. But the black appearance package looks like as well. So again, they're trying to schedule out all that they can. So it's not that the black appearance package in general is a constraint. It's just because so many orders that they already scheduled, had the black appearance package. Now we're to the point where they can't probably schedule too many more. If that makes any sense. Hopefully it does. So just keep that in mind there. All right. If you have any questions, drop them down. I'll try to answer those as best you can. But the biggest thing is talk to your dealer. Dealer needs an allocation. Like for us, we have 6 allocations, 0 retail orders. That's an easy thing. You order with us, you order a retail order, but between now and Wednesday, I can almost guarantee I'm going to get your order scheduled, even if it's one of these constraint items, right? Because it's very limited exhaustive, which means it's not at all. But if you have a dealer that has 1 retail order and they have allocations, they want to help fulfill that one, so they're more likely to give that one that one than a dealer that has a stock and no retail orders. That makes sense? Hopefully it does. All right, so here's some news on the recall. I know you guys have been waiting for the information on the recall, and I don't have that the recall is out yet, but I have this memo that I received today that was given to service departments for dealers, and it said, and has to do with the 2022 to 2024 Maverick body control modular, the BCM software update. And it says in here, you may receive customer or media inquiries related to a recently approved Ford Motor Company recall related to the 2024 to 2022 to 2024 Maverick vehicles for a BCM software update. Ford is planning to provide dealers and owners an official notification the week of February 17th. That's this week. So there we go. There's an 800 number. I don't want to bog them down by calls by giving you guys that 800 number, but customers, it does say customers may contact Ford customer service. I'm going to give you the number at 1-866-436-7332. So if you have questions on that, but it sounds like it could happen this week. So we could get that recall and then we could start getting the, issuing that. It does say it's a software update. So I think it doesn't actually call out the rear camera recall, but it does say the BCM software update. And I think that's what we've been waiting for to fix those cameras. Whew. So we've been waiting for that. So it might be happen this week. We're trying to get some information today, and we haven't gotten information yet. No callbacks yet on that. But hopefully we hear something this week. Hopefully maybe tomorrow, so we can talk about it on our live stream. But all right, let me jump in. We're going to go for this this episode. I want to talk about some of these dealer installed options. First, I want to show you how to get to information on 24 Maverick. So on Ford.com, we're going to go to vehicles, trucks, and vans, and I'm going to click on this Maverick right here. And when you first click on it, if you build right here, you're rebuilding the 24 model year. So if we want a 25, which is what we're going to do, 25, going to click on that. And now we can do the building price, which is right here. And we'll jump on in and we'll build our own. Now I'm going to go to XLT because a lot of these DIOs are available on about all the trim levels. Some are actually, some of these options are standard on a Lariat trim. So if so, I mean, sorry if there's any redundancies and everything, but we're going to go to the standalone options because what I want to talk about is so you can kind of clarify which of these options are done at the factory, which ones will hold up your builds if you put them on your order, and which of these are dealer installed options. Because here's the kicker on this. And actually, I want to go directly to you, so I'm gonna take this off for a second. Here's an issue right now we're having with dealer installed options. Not all of them are showing up before the vehicle shows up, and that's a real case scenario. We have a vehicle that came in for a body shop. So a vehicle came in, customer didn't take it, had a back window glass that was broken that we had to fix. It took like 3 weeks just to get the parts to fix the back glass. Finally got it fixed so that we can get it ready. And guess what? The deal install option, tailgate lock, still hadn't showed up yet. So some of those are showing up like 2-3 weeks later. And I'm telling you that keypad as well on some of those that aren't showing up on time. And some of them now, I think they fixed the issue with them being able to be, coded in and everything. But for a while, we had some major problems. All right. So just wanted to preface that. When you're thinking of dealer installed options, try to limit how many you do. And the more of these options, standalone options, and some of the other dealer installed options that you have on your order, the harder it is, especially if you're at a dealership that's really tight on allocations. Let's say we only have 6, but that's because we turned 20 down. But let's say you're at a dealership that has a very small amount, maybe a handful of allocations, but they have more than that in orders. If there's 6 orders and 5 allocations, somebody's not getting scheduled that week or that month. And it could be the one that has the most dealer installed options on their order. Just putting that out there. We've seen that happen before. All right. So first talking about these tonneau covers. These here are done at the factory. They're done at a very small percentage. So they don't do that many of them. And because of that, if you have this on your order and you're one of those where you're at a dealership that has a small amount of allocations, guess what? Yours could be overlooked because you have the tonneau cover on it. Just saying. They're not that difficult to be installed and such. And I know the reason why some people want to go ahead and put them on their order is because this here is showing you the cost. That's for the part itself. If you go to Ford Accessories, you go and look, that's the price that you're going to see. So what you're doing here is you're getting the free installation by the dealer, really. And that's the way that's working out. So, and Ford will reimburse the dealership back what they have on their website, not really how long it takes them. So that's how that works. So I would stay away from tonneau pickup box covers. If you put them on your order, just know it's probably going to take longer for yours to schedule. Again, depending on the dealership you're with. You have a dealership like us, you're the only order. When we have 6 allocations, that might be different, right? All right, this Yakima bed rail mounted crossbars. That's kind of showing you those go on the rails of the bed, and it's so that you can put like a tent on there or something that would go onto the rack. So any kind of Yakima mounted things would go on there. So that is not available with your bed covers, as you can see there, and not available with the cargo management system. There's a different one that you can get as well, a cargo management system mounted bed crossbars, which I don't even know if they have the image of that one. We'll get to that. Spray and bed liner. That is also done at the factory. Oh, and by the way, the Yakima bed rails, I believe that is let me look here. That is a dealer installed option. So if you order that, it'll be shipped to the dealer, and then a dealership would install it. So, and then the spray and bed liner, that is a Ford accessory and will be done at the factory. And again, there's only a certain percentage of these they do. And just so you know, spray and bed liner is standard equipment on Lariat. So they're going to all get it. So they're going to focus their efforts onto them, and then everybody else will be second. So if you have an XL XLT with this on there and they have a bunch of Lariats, right, it's going to be limited on how many they could do. So the touch link truck bed lighting by lumens. That's how you say it. Anyway, so those are lights you can see right there. I think it comes with one, maybe two, one on each side, and you just touch it, and those have to be installed. Those are a dealer installed option as well, and those could possibly. Actually, it's not mentioning as here it is. Yes, that is a dealer installed option. So that has to be put on the dealer, and again, it has to show up before the vehicle. The modular hard drop-in bed liner. So this is pretty cool. You see some of these where you'll see the tray liner right here. That's the bottom piece of the drop-in liner. So it's not really a drop-in liner, but it's a modular bed liner that goes in the bottom here. Actually, let's just show you this. There you can see the bottom piece kind of. That's the bottom part of the drop-in liner. So go back up here to that one and see if you can see it. So it actually, you can't really see a good image of that, but it's 4 pieces. So the bottom goes in, the sides, the back, and on the tailgate. So, and you can see those aren't available certain things in here. So anyway, so just be aware of that. So it shows you what they're available on. So Lariat doesn't get it because it has a spray and bed liner standard equipment. And Lobo 702A also comes with the spray and bed liner, and Trimmer comes with the spray and bed liner. So only available on certain one of those. So, and then the bed divider kit, pretty cool there. Bed divider kit is also, I believe, a dealer installed option. It is. So not available with the tonneau cover box soft folding, but is available with the other ones. So you see that. And what's really funny is it says bed divider kit. Look at the image. That's this right here. So it does that. But this here, people have asked about this. They actually have the wrong image. That's not even correct. That's actually the little box that people have been asking for. I've had some people in the Maverick Truck Club ask, hey, when's that available? They want that. It's like a little box that you can put inside the bed, and you can see it has sides on it over here. So this isn't the bed divider kit. So that's the wrong image. Yeah. So disregard that image. That's not what the bed divider kit looks like. Bed divider kit is a divider that goes in there. That's actually some little toolbox thing that a lot of people are wanting. The bed extender. See if that's right. There you go. Bed extender. It is one piece. It's not foldable like it is an F-150. So it rotates in and out. And so that's not available with the hard drop-in liner or some of your bed covers, as you can see there. And the bed divider is also that actually comes from the factory. So that's going to be put in your vehicle. Actually, let me look. The bed extender is a freestanding option, will come at the factory. So that's may not hold up your builds because it will be done there. So you'll have that. So the protective film, hood, and fenders. Now this in here, I would say don't do. You can't really see an image because there really isn't any. So it's going to go and protect the fenders and the hood. So it's going to be a film that goes on that, like a 3M kind of, and it's available for these trim levels. And that one there also, they can only do it a certain number because that is done at the factory as well. And because of that, it's going to be a small percentage that can be put on. And that's something that you might want to think about getting later. So, or not at all. Either way. All right. The cargo mounted system, we talked about that. Bed rail crossbars. You can see where that goes. And now they have an image. So you can put those in there and it's going to go on. This does require the bed rail system, I believe, on it. So that there is also, I believe, let me make sure. That should be a dealer installed option. Yep, it is. Not available with the Yakima bed rail crossbars and does require the bed tie down locking rails with the 2 locking brackets. It goes into those rails, as you can see. So that's pretty cool. So you can put that on there, and some tents might go on there. Depends on if they sit up enough. But I think that was the whole part, was to be able to put some of that stuff in there. But this does allow you, one of the things you can see here on this one is the tonneau covers work with this. So the tonneau covers don't get in the way of this system, where they do get in the way of the Yakima system. So, but a dealer installed option again on that one too. We do have the toolbox swing case with a driver's side and a passenger side. So you can't see what it looks like on the truck, but this bolts to the side of the truck and then it swings out towards you. So you can open it, swing it back against into the bedside and lock it in. What's great is you can get both of these on your vehicle, but you can't get this with certain things. So this tool kit is a dealer installed option. So it'll be put on at the dealer. And it does say in here, you can only get one or the other. So order the other one through Ford Accessories and put it on yourself. That's what I say. The bed tie down locking rails. Some of the vehicles, it comes with it. It's included in the Maverick Lobo High. It's standard on Lariat, and it's also available in the XL, XLT, and Maverick Lobo. Can't really see what it looks like in there, but it's those side rails. We've seen it in some of the other images. The keypad is a dealer installed option as well. Now those bed rails are done at the factory. That shouldn't hold up your build. The keypad over here, that is it showing you? Oh, it is. It's square now. It's kind of squared off, and that is available for you. And that is a dealer installed option as well. And again, have to hopefully that comes in before your truck does. Engine block heater, that's done at the factory. Feel free to throw that on. Should not hold up anything. The Aero skin hood deflectors. There's a textured and a smooth one, or they call it smoke in here. So let's see if it shows that. There you go. And that sets and adheres to the hood. So it won't stick up. It'll adhere completely flat to the hood. So that's that there. And that really isn't, they call it a hood deflector. But back in the day, a deflector actually stuck up and the air would deflect up over the windshield. This really, in my opinion, isn't a deflector. It's just a hood ornament, to my opinion, to go on the front. It might throw some up, but it's not enough of a lip, I don't believe, that does that because it adheres completely to the front. But I think what it really does is it really protects from bugs and such, because a lot of them will hit that front part of that hood. And so it'll chip up that front hood and not usually the back part of the hood. So I think it's more of a protectant than anything. There you go. But also because of that reason, not available with the hood and fender protectant. So that is also a dealer installed option too. And then we do have the bed mat that's removable. So that's a textured mat. And again, that's a dealer installed option. All the dealer is going to do is throw it in your vehicle. Not throw it, but they'll put it in your bed, right? And for that reason, get it afterwards. Get it through Ford Accessories. It may cost you a little extra for shipping, but that's about it. But it kind of slows off having those. Now, not available from the factory. If you try to order this, you won't be able to do it with the bed tray liner or a modular hard drop-in liner. Does make sense. But if you order it afterwards, technically there's nothing stopping you putting it inside of it, right? But don't think you need both though. The wheel lock kit. So this is going to replace one of your wheel locks or one of your lug nuts with that one. And so you would have that, you would replace those. So tailgate lock, and that is a wheel lock kit, is a dealer installed option. So they would do that for you. The tailgate lock is also a dealer installed option. Now, I want to let people know this is not locking your tailgate. This allows you, with your tailgate down, to not get stolen. It's a theft protection hinge lock. So it's going to go around that. So a lot of people don't know this, but your tailgates can come out. When you get it to a certain angle, there's an opening there, and then you can pull it out and take it out. Well, this lock goes over that. So if you have it down transporting things or want to leave it down, people can't take that tailgate off, right? And so that's what this is. So I don't think a lot of people know exactly what that means. It's not locking the tailgate itself. So the only time you need to worry about this is if you have the tailgate down, and you're away from the vehicle, then they could take your tailgate. I don't know. I mean, pretty much most of the time I would have my tailgate down. I'll probably have something back there that's out over the tailgate. I'd be more concerned they're going to take that stuff than I would the tailgate itself. But anyway, so that's just my option on that. But $50, and that's a dealer installed option as well. Moving down, moonroof, that is done at the factory. So that is, go ahead and throw those on your order. Shouldn't cause any issues there. Safety deposit box, that there is, so that is not the console vault. That's different. This actually goes in the back under the cargo area. You're not seeing an image here, but the rear seat where you can flip up and you have that storage under there, that's going to go back under there. So that is going to be done at the dealer as a dealer installed option. Console vault will actually go in the console. So you can see what that looks like. And I've heard those aren't too difficult to install. If you want to do that, that's also a dealer installed option. Now, I want to talk about these for a second. Commercial roadside assistance kit looks like that. The regular roadside assistance kit looks like that. They each come with their own pouch. And first aid kit. I want to talk about all these together. Just order them through Ford Accessories. Don't put them on your bill. There's no reason. There's nothing there. They're a dealer installed option. So again, they don't show up to the dealer before your vehicle does. You can order it when you order your vehicle, and it would show up at your house, and then you can go ahead and put it in the bag yourself. It's not really difficult. So that's what I would do. Your floor liners, though, those are done at the factory. So those are going to be put in your vehicle when they ship it out. Dealers should just put them in your vehicle for you, or you can do it. It's pretty easy. The sun blinds, the windshield sunscreen. Does it show this? There you go. Ford Accessories, folks. No install here. It folds out. Just get it through Ford Accessories website. Do not put it on your order. It's a dealer installed option as well. And again, has to come to the dealership beforehand. So that's just some of the things and some of the scenarios. I know I cover that in my video, my walk around video, or the videos that I cover on the different trim levels of the Maverick and model year. We're on job 2. In fact, job 2s have shipped out already. And so we have the Lobo on the way to the dealership as we speak. That's been shipped out, and we have some job 2s that are on the way as well. And so, those are shipping out. So it's been a little while. So I wanted to cover this, make sure people know. Here are some things. If you have too many of those DIOs, dealer installed options, or standalone options on your order, it could cause it to be delayed and not get scheduled. And especially if there's several orders at your dealership and they have a low amount of allocations, try to figure out which of these do you think I can do on my own? Which of these things I could take off my order that I could get later when I get a chance, something like that, to help speed up yours getting scheduled for production. There's only about 2,000 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank. In fact, I didn't even look that up for this week, but there's not that many. And in fact, let's go ahead and look up and see how many unscheduled retail orders there are for the Maverick. There's less than 2,500, so 2,449 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank. If you're one of those that's been waiting for a while to get scheduled, it's probably has to do with the fact that your dealer doesn't have that many allocations. We have, like I said, all of ours have gotten scheduled. 0 unscheduled retail orders in the order bank for our dealership. So it really has to do with allocations and how many orders are at the dealership more than anything else out there. So anyway, hopefully this does help you out, give you some information. It's helpful. If you think it did, smash that like button. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to see more of this content, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out any videos. They'll notify you when we go live. And hopefully you can catch us tomorrow night on our live stream. And when we go every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Central, where we go live talking about different things and answering your questions live as well, if you have any there. But if you have any questions on this video, drop it down below. Let us know. Has your job 2 order, has it been shipped out? Let us know down in the comments. I'd love to know if it's headed your way to your dealership, I guess. Let us know. You should have gotten that email, just like something like this here. So make sure you're love to know. Drop it down below. Let us congratulate you, and hopefully it'll be here real soon for you. But until the next video, make sure you stay positive, be kind to one another, be kind to yourself, and we'll see you in the next video.